Well, hello this afternoon. Good afternoon. Um, Here I am again, just trying out this camera so that I could talk to those that are dealing with having a stroke, having a TI1. There's different stages of a stroke. There's different um, stages. Some people will tell you, I have one and I'm fine, and you know what? That's great. But there's a process for everything. There's a process for everything, and everybody's uh, situation is not the same. So, what I would like to do is talk to those that are dealing with um, not side effects of a stroke, but dealing from the heart, things that affect people dealing with a stroke. Okay, I had a stroke 2 years ago in 2016, April 2016. And thank God I didn't have much compared to some people. Um, the results of a stroke, I consider it mild compared to some people. Some people are paralyzed. Some people can't function on either side of their bodies. Some people are not able to speak at all. I had to go through a process. I'm still going through a process. Still um, um, going through rehabilitation. Still believe in God, knowing that I'm healed, but now I'm being rewired. My mind is being rewired. It's not the same as it was before. So we have to see what this new improved person will be. What will become of this new and improved person? Because I have to believe that it's an improvement and not a lack. So what I want to talk about today, and I want to encourage those that are experiencing um, having a stroke or a TI, any condition like that, that is chronic, which could be any disorder that is persistent, that is over a long period of time, that affects us physically, emotionally, intellectually, vocationally, social, or spiritually. It could affect us in any way. So your stroke is different from my stroke. I just look at people when they tell me, "Oh, I had a stroke and I'm all right now. I had a stroke and just get up off of it." But you know what? Everybody's stroke is different, and since my job is not to judge anybody, and I won't take judgment from anybody. Only one that I take it from is from the Lord. He has created me. He has protected me. He has allowed me to go through um, many attempts. He has brought me out of different situations that the enemy has tried to put on me from even before I was born. When I was in my mother's womb, a bullet came past her stomach and could have hit her, could have hit me, because the bullet came, it was aiming for her stomach, even though there was nobody right there to aim it. They were on the outside. She was in her bedroom. She was doing her hair or something, and the bullet came from the window and just missed her stomach, and that's where I was. So from there to many attempts, and throughout this thing, I will talk about my um, trials that I have been through, knowing that God is still on the throne. God is still got a work for me to do. God is still awesome. God is still throughout all this, you know. Um, it doesn't, having a chronic disease, it doesn't always give you a warning. Um, it just happens. Um, I did have a couple of warnings, but I didn't know that's what it was. I was on my way to a client's house and I had got dizzy, but the dizziness only lasted not even for a minute, and it came and it was gone, and I didn't think no more about it. Because I said, well, maybe I just moved my head the wrong way. Sometimes your equilibrium is off and you move the wrong way, and you become dizzy. Well, that happened to me twice on the way to my client's house, and um, I was all right during the visit. I was laughing and joking coming out of the house. It wasn't until I got to the car that it hit me. But to make a long story short, thank God. See, He puts people there to help you. And I could have been left out there by myself because where I was, there was hardly nobody out, nobody coming down the street. There was hardly nobody. And so, thank God, He had the people that I went to go visit there to help. So they called the ambulance. Make a long story short, they got me. I got to the hospital. They called my husband. They called my husband called my son. Um, so they came to the hospital where I was, and I had to be flown to another hospital in Philly, and for tests that they couldn't do where at the hospital that I was taken to originally. So I stayed there for a couple of days, but was released. I guess they'd seen that there was no um, major injuries. I started answering some questions. My speech came back a little bit. I wasn't making full blown sentences, but I'm trying. I was trying, and thank God for the people that took care of me. They were saved, and they were a young couple, but they were saved. And you know, God is on the move. He watches over his servants, and He watched over me. And so, what I wanted to do was, I just want to talk to some people who are going through seizures, some people that are going through um, strokes, some people that are going through life changing um, situations, and let you know that God is on the move and that He's watching everything, that He has everything in control. You just have to believe. You just have to believe Him. You just have to believe that He has you in His midst. You have to believe that He loves you, that He wants the best for you, and God is awesome. You know, um, I always believe that to a house, to a person that I'm supposed to speak to them about the Lord, they will bring it up. They will bring Jesus up some kind of way, which will give me an open door to speak to them. So I'm not ashamed of Jesus Christ, never was ashamed, never will be. He is great and greatly to be praised. I thank Him for His love and His mercy that He has upon me. I thank Him for the road that He has put me on and that I travel and I do according to Him. I do lack some things, like I need more patience because this has been a journey, but it's a journey for the good because I have something that I could speak to other people that are going through series of things. series of disappointments, series of um, them losing um, um, the ability to use certain parts of their bodies. Um, Mine was, I consider, minor because I didn't lose it. Um, there was just a fragment of it that had changed. I could still, I was able to tell them that I had um, a problem with my right leg and hand while they were looking at me, while they were giving me whatever they were giving me to um, control this. But during the whole time, I knew that Jesus had me and that I wasn't worried about nothing. Um, I'm thankful for my husband. He's a prayer warrior and he prayed. Um, so I'm thankful for his um, prayers that went forth on my behalf. Um, I'm thankful for my son who was there and his prayers also. But God is just awesome, and I believe God. I didn't worry about anything, whether I was going to be taken home, meaning going to glory, or if I was going to remain. Whatever state I was going to be in, I was satisfied. I was okay with it. I know God is awesome and He watches out for me. He does what's good for me. So I know I have some more work to do. And one of the things I want to do is I want to be able to talk to those that have experienced having a stroke, having a TI1. Um, you can't talk about it really, I don't believe, unless you've been through it. And like I said, there's different states of strokes. So I just want to start this off just dealing with um, this chronic illness. And I'm doing this video to help me listen to what I'm saying and be able to process what's in my head to have it come out of my mouth. So I have to continue um, speaking. I have to continue um, speaking. So this is one thing that the doctor has suggested, that I videotape myself as I'm speaking so that excuse me, so sorry about that, so that I could hear myself and that I could practice processing what I'm thinking and what I'm saying. Okay? So I thank you and God bless you.